What is your greatest external fear? For most of us, it is ruin. The loss of everything: your job, your reputation, your savings, your comfort, and your social standing. We spend our entire lives building walls against this fear, trading our time, health, and peace of mind for the illusion of security. But the Roman Stoic, Seneca, offered a radical cure. And this cure came from a man who knew loss intimately, exiled by an emperor, facing forced suicide, and witnessing vast wealth vanish overnight. He was the wealthiest, most powerful philosopher of his time. Yet he urged everyone to actively, periodically practice poverty. Seneca's core insight is this: the fear of suffering is far worse than the suffering itself. We are paralyzed not by poverty, but by the fear of poverty. Today, we break down his two-part protocol, voluntary hardship and premeditatio malorum, that permanently inoculates your mind against financial and material loss. Our problem, as Seneca saw it, is not the scarcity of resources, but the softness of our own minds. We are spoiled. We have engineered every discomfort out of existence, and in doing so, we have destroyed our natural resilience. Seneca wrote, "It is precisely in times of security that the soul should be hardened for the toleration of worst possible trouble." Think of it like this: if you only train your muscles when the disaster hits, it's already too late. You must build your mental muscle during times of peace. The comfortable life leads to a psychological disease, entitlement. We begin to believe that comfort is our right, not a temporary privilege. When this privilege is inevitably withdrawn by fate, the shock destroys us. To cure this, we must deliberately introduce small, manageable doses of the very suffering we fear. We must prove to our inner citadel that we can survive without the luxuries we mistakenly label as necessities. Seneca details the voluntary hardship protocol in his letters. The practice is simple and must be done for a few days every month. You voluntarily step into the life of poverty. Step 1, the simple meal. Eat the plainest food, a crust of bread, a simple bowl of grains, and only drink water. Eliminate all luxury, all flavor chasing. The goal is to prove you can survive perfectly well on the absolute minimum. Step 2, the hard bed. Sleep on the floor or on a very thin, hard mat. Remove the comfort of the expensive mattress. The goal is to separate your happiness from your physical surroundings. Step 3, the rough garment. Wear old, simple, even dirty clothes. Ignore the desire to maintain status and reputation. The goal is to strip away the societal shame associated with lacking possessions. After a few days, you ask yourself, is this the condition I have been dreading? Seneca assures us, the wise man fears nothing, for he has tasted his own medicine. Once you realize that poverty, when stripped of anxiety, is merely inconvenience, your greatest fear loses its power. The physical practice of voluntary hardship must be combined with the mental practice known as Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. This is the Stoic art of using your imagination as a training ground. Every morning, you deliberately imagine the loss of everything you value. Imagine your bank account empty. Imagine your business failing. Imagine your reputation ruined. You do this not to be pessimistic, but to be prophetic. Why does this work? Because when the actual event occurs, it finds you prepared. It is no longer an unknown, shattering catastrophe. It is merely a script you have rehearsed. You move immediately from emotional shock to strategic assessment. You realize the loss is only external, and you immediately apply the dichotomy of control. Our previous lesson: they have taken my money, but they have not taken my ability to work, my integrity, or my judgment. You lose the possessions, but you save the self. The fear of ruin is the only true ruin. By intentionally engaging in the voluntary hardship protocol and mentally rehearsing loss through Premeditatio Malorum, you build an inner citadel that is absolutely impervious to the chaos of the outside world. Your challenge today: find one thing you are overly reliant on, your morning coffee, a comfortable chair, or your phone, and intentionally deprive yourself of it for 24 hours. Prove to your mind that you are not dependent on that comfort. If you are ready to master the fear of loss, please do 3 things now. First, like this video. Second, subscribe to the Stoic practice. Third, comment "I am free" below. Claim your freedom from the fear of ruin.